Hello retro readers and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is day 2 of 12 days of Christmas. I don't know. Nicole's Christmas special or something. I don't know. Today I am going to be doing the Winter Wonderland book tag. I don't think that this tag, I don't know who created it. I didn't write it down, but I will link in the description box whose channel I found it off of, and that is Bookable's channel. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. So the first question is, what book is so happy and sweet that it warms your heart? And for me, that is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I read this in October, and now I just can't stop talking about it. It's like a romance that takes place in Alaska, and it's a hate to love romance, and it's just so good. Both of the love interests are the girl and the guy, they're so cute together. There's funny scenes, and yeah, it just is super sweet, super funny, makes me super happy, and warms my heart. The next question is, what's your favorite book with a white cover? And for me, this is kind of hard because not a lot of books had white covers that are my favorite, and I didn't want to repeat myself, but I chose The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I read this in, I believe, June, and this book is very good, and yeah. It's basically about a girl who is black, and her friend got murdered by the police, killed, shot, and even though he wasn't doing anything, and it's just her dealing with that, and yeah. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Okay. No. Question number 3. You're sitting in a comfy chair with a warm, hot chocolate in your hands. What monster book are you reading? For me, monster books don't really necessarily, the pages aren't really, anything I'd consider a monster book, unless it's over 1,000, then yeah, it's or over 800, then yeah, it's pretty monstrous. But for me, a monster book is any classic at all. Classics for me take longer for me to read because it just, yeah, it's just the wording and stuff. But yeah, I'd definitely say classics will be in my hand, maybe Pride and Prejudice, or Frankenstein or something. But yeah, anyways, I haven't read Pride and Prejudice. I just was thinking of that. Anyways, okay, question number 4 is, it starts snowing, so you start a snowball fight. What fictional character would you love to snowball fight? Honestly, I was thinking of this, and I'd love to snowball fight Selena from the Throne of Glass series, because I don't know, she'd probably kick my ass, but at least we'd have fun, hopefully I don't get her too mad, and she'll where she puts sharp objects in the snowball and throws it at me. But yeah, I think it'd be fun if in a fictional sense and stuff, if I had a snowball fight with her, because she seems pretty badass and would be fun to hang out with. Anyways. Okay. Question number 5 is, your fire is going out. What book would you use as kindling? And honestly, like, I'd say, I was thinking of, like, Nicholas Sparks's books, because if you don't know, Nicholas Sparks, like, I read his books and most of them were okay, but I don't know, not, like, I wouldn't want to, like, rip out some pages in his book to do kindling, because they were, like, okay, you know, not my most hated. So for this, I would choose Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. This was just very, very awful poetry. I hate poetry, and it's very cliche, and yeah, I'd definitely rip out some pages in this and use it as kindling, because honestly, I don't care. The reason why I didn't give this book up to Goodwill is because it's my sister's, but it lives on my bookshelf, and yeah, I wish it didn't. Anyways, and she likes it, but I don't. Anyways, okay, last question is, what book is so close to your heart that you'd gift to someone? And I actually did end up gifting a book one time. When I was in high school, I read The Empty Glass by J.I. Baker, and I liked it so much that I ended up giving it to my best friend, you know, and telling her to read it. And honestly, it is pretty close to my heart, but I'm not going to choose that book for this. I'm choosing Damien Eccles' Life After Death, because I feel like nonfiction memoirs, like nonfiction books especially, should be read more, and I feel like this is like a really good book to get into. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's about Damien Eccles, who he was falsely accused and sentenced to a death row for killing some kids when he was a teen, but that was false, you know? And the only reason why it got pinned on him is because there was, like, no evidence at all. It's just because he wore black, and he listened to heavy metal bands in the Bible Belt, and during the Satanic Panic, which is very interesting, you know? I'd highly recommend this book, and I'd totally gift it to someone, because I feel like they'd probably enjoy it. But yeah, anyways, that was all the books that was the Winter Wonderland book tag. Yeah, interesting, fun. I always like doing book tags, but sometimes they're hard because you don't know what book to pick, at least for me. But anyways, yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Answer the questions in the comments if you want. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of Retro Readers 12 Days Till Christmas videos. I don't know. Still don't know what to call this.